going to start third chapter, valuation of goodwill. As we have learned in 11th standard, the types of assets, in which we have also learned intangible assets and tangible assets. Intangible assets are those assets which cannot be seen or touched, but it has market value. So, goodwill, copyright, patents, trademark are intangible assets. In this chapter, we are going to learn about goodwill, which is an intangible asset, and it is shown in the balance sheet asset side under the heading of intangible assets. So, first point, goodwill is an intangible asset which cannot be seen but has market value. Goodwill is the value of reputation of the firm. Business, when it becomes old in the market, after many years, it has earned some credit, it earns some reputation in the market. It has many customers. It has good name in the market because of their service or because of their good quality product. It has good name in the market. So, the business which has good name in the market, good reputation in the market, it has goodwill. Goodwill is the value of the reputation of the firm in respect to the profit over and above the expected profit. So, the firm, the business unit which has good name in the market, which has many customers, so the sales turnover or the sales of that firm is more. And because the sales output is more, it earns more profit. And because of that, here we have given the definition or the meaning this way, that goodwill is the reputation of the firm in respect to the profit. In respect to the profit. Over and above the expected profit. Over and above the expected profit means, suppose all the firm of the same business earns 10,000 profit. Then it is nothing new. All are earning 10,000 profit. But over and above 10,000, if the one business is earning 15,000 or 20,000, which is above the normal profit, then that firm has earned more reputation and more profit over and above the expected profit. And because of more extra excess profit, it has goodwill in the market. So, the next point, so here the business which are not earning profit or the business unit which are earning normal profit or running in loss, incur loss, then those business will have no goodwill. Business where there is normal profit or loss, goodwill does not exist. So, you have followed that goodwill is only for the firm which earns profit. So, in other words, we can say that goodwill is the earning capacity or the earning ability of the firm. So, this is all about the goodwill, which is an intangible asset which cannot be seen, but it has market value. It is recorded on the balance sheet asset side. Balance sheet asset side. profit which the business is earning. The next point what we are going to discuss today is factors affecting valuation of the goodwill. How you are going to value this goodwill. First is nature of the business. Nature of the business means if the business is dealing with high value added product. If the firm or the business is dealing with high value added product, then it has more profit. It has more sales, so it has more profit. It earns more profit. And because of that, its goodwill value will be more. The valuation, the value of goodwill in the business where they are dealing with high value product is more. And vice versa, if the value added is less, then the value of goodwill will be less. Second point is location. Location means the place where the business is set up. If the business is set up in the heart of the city or centrally located place, then there will be more sale, more customers, and so the value of goodwill will be high. But if the business is located in the interior places or rural areas, then the value of goodwill will be less. So, location plays a very important role in deciding the value or the valuation of goodwill, in dealing with the valuation of goodwill. Location. The third point is period of the business. Period of the business means time period. If the business is set up since many years, and it is a old business, and because it is a old business, it has many customers, and the business is doing on well. The sales has been increased every year, and because the sales has been increased, the profit will also increase. So the business units which are old, those business unit has high value of goodwill. We have more goodwill, we have more value of goodwill. But if the business is just newly started, just 1 year the business has been started, then it will have many few customers, or it will be unknown to the people. So there will be less customers, less sales, and so less profit. So the business units which are since long time, it has more value of goodwill, and if the business is new one, it will have less value of goodwill. The next one is market situation. Market situation means if the business is dealing with the product which has monopoly position in the market. Monopoly position in the market means what? That only that firm is producing that particular type of product, and because of its monopoly position, it can charge any amount of price because it itself is in the market. It does not have any competitors. In other words, we can say there is no competition in the market. So, the business unit which has monopoly position in the market, their goodwill value is more than the units which have competition. Because there is more competition, the product which has less value will be sold fast, and the product which have high value will be sold less. But if you have monopoly position in the market, then you can charge higher price, and people are ready to pay because they don't have any other option. So for that reason, children, market situation. If the business is having monopoly position, then the value of goodwill will be high. And if there is no monopoly, there are many firms producing the same items, then the value of goodwill will be less. Fifth point, efficiency of managers. Efficiency of managers we have seen in accounts, it is a quality. And because only in accounts we record economic transaction, this becomes non-economic because it is the efficiency. Efficiency of manager also plays an important role, as I have already explained. How here we will see that efficiency manager, if the manager is more efficient, then production will increase and the cost will reduce, because there will be less wastage. In less time you can produce more because he is an experienced and efficient person, and because of his efficiency, production increase in production and decrease in cost. And when there is increase in production and decrease in cost, profit of the firm will increase. And when the profit of the firm will increase, the value of goodwill will be more in the firm where efficient managers are working. The next one, sixth point, is other special benefits. Firms which have other special benefits like license, patents or trademark, etc., their value of goodwill is high. And the firm which does not have any license, patents, trademark, then the value of those firms is less. So in this way, all these factors affect valuation of goodwill, because you want to value what is the amount or what is the value of goodwill. We have to consider all these factors, that is nature of the business, location, time period of the business, market situation, efficiency of the manager, and other special benefits which the firm has. Also factors like after sales service, labor relations, and many other factors which affect the valuation of the goodwill. Many firms, they think that once the product is sold, it is sold. They don't give good after sales service. So their value of goodwill will be less. But if the firms also give after sales service or maintain good labor relation, then the firm has high value of goodwill. So these are the factors which affect the valuation of goodwill. Now you must be thinking why we are going to study the valuation of goodwill. So the next point today is necessity for goodwill valuation, which is our accounting question. This all was the introduction given to the goodwill. But here the main question, why we are going to study goodwill chapter, or why we are going to study the valuation of goodwill. So necessity for goodwill valuation. Why there is necessity of goodwill valuation? The first point is that because change in profit and loss ratio among the existing partners. As we have seen in Partnership Act 1932, that profit and loss ratio is decided in the agreement, and if it is not decided in the agreement, then you have to share equally. So there is a necessity for valuation of goodwill because change in profit and loss ratio among the partners. Now after some years we want to change our profit and loss ratio. Why you want to change? We want to change because maybe the business is doing on well now and the old profit has been increased now. So you want to change your profit and loss ratio among among the existing partner. Next is admission of a new partner. So if you want to admit all these addition of the new partner, all these are individual chapters. Change in profit and loss ratio, admission of the new partner, retirement or death of a partner, conversion of partnership into a company form, amalgamation of partnership firm, that is two partnership firm wants to join together and carry out the business. So because of all these reasons, we are going to study the valuation of goodwill. We will not go much in detail here, the necessity, because we are going to learn as individual chapters. So this is about the necessity of goodwill. The next is method of valuation of goodwill. Different methods are there. We will learn which are the different methods in which we can value the goodwill of the firm. So there are different 4 methods of valuation, and the methods of valuation are methods of valuation of goodwill. First method is average profit method. Average profit method. Second one is weightage average. Weightage average profit method. Third one is super profit. Super profit method. And fourth one is capitalization. Capitalization of profit method. Capitalization of profit method. So we have 4 different methods in which we are going to find out the value of goodwill. First one is average profit method. It is very simple method in which average profit of 4 to 5 years is to be added and then divided by number of years. Weightage average, we are going to give weight to the profit every year and then find out the weightage average. Super profit method, in which the firm is earning more profit than the expected profit, and capitalization profit method. So all these 4 methods we are going to learn in the exercise sums, which we are going to be carried out in the next period. So this is all about the profit, in which we are going to find out